we are going to be doing concept 7 number 5, and the problem is tan x over 2 minus sine x equals 0. We can separate tan x over 2 into 1 minus cosine x divided by sine x, and sine x divided by 1 plus cosine x. And then for our sakes, we're going to be choosing this because it's going to help us later when we convert this into a fraction. So we're going to plug in this part for that. It becomes 1, so it's going to look like this, minus sine x over 1, which is the same thing as saying minus sine x. So to convert this to have the same denominator, we're going to multiply the top and bottom by sine x. So it's going to be 1 minus cosine x divided by sine x minus sine squared x divided by sine x, because sine x times sine x is the same thing as sine squared x. We're going to drag it down and then combine these two into one fraction over sine x. So 1 minus cosine x minus sine squared x divided by sine x equals 0. So we're going to multiply sine x to both sides to get rid of it. So now we're left with just 1 minus cosine x minus sine squared x equals 0. Then using a Pythagorean identity over here, we see that sine squared x plus cosine squared x equals 1. Or it could be sine squared, rewritten it would be sine squared x equals 1 minus cosine squared x. And so we're going to substitute this part for the sine squared x over here, right here. So we're going to rewrite it, and it's going to become 1 minus cosine x minus 1 minus cosine squared x. Distribute the negative sign, so it becomes 1 minus cosine x minus 1 plus cosine squared x equals 0. Now we're going to combine, simplify it to make it look like this. And at this point, we could factor out a cosine x. So it becomes like this, cosine x times cosine x minus 1. At this point, we're going to be using zero product property. So we're going to split it up into 2. Cosine x equals 0, and cosine x minus 1 equals 0. So for cosine x equals 0, that would be here. And since it's 0, and cosine is x, so it's not moving right or left, so the only way it can move is up and down. And up here is 90 degrees, and down here is 270. And then to convert that to radians, we multiply by pi divided by 180. So 90 degrees is pi over 2, and 270 is 3 pi over 2. And now we go over here, cosine x minus 1 equals 0. Add the 1 over, cosine x equals 1. And then cosine x equals 1 over here. Well, yeah, because x equals 1, so 1 is over here on the x-axis, not the y. So right here, the only angle degree that is at 1 would be 0 degrees. So multiply by pi over 180, and our radian answer for 0 degrees is 0. And that is our answer.